I'm going to demonstrate how my Yamaha MU50 MIDI sound module can integrate perfectly with my keystation88 MIDI keyboard controller. Before I do the demonstration, I want to talk about the keystation88 really quick. There's two buttons here. There's a plus and a minus. That's to go up and down octaves. Then there's an advanced button above that. There's a lot of different things this MIDI keyboard controller can do, and you just simply hit that button, and right across here you can see each of these keys does something different. You just hit the key that you need. I also want to let people know that there are some controls here if you're using a digital audio workstation. Like I said, what I'd have to do is hit the advanced, and if I hit 1, it should be a piano sound. If I hit number 3, it should be harpsichord. If I hit number 5, this should be an organ. It obviously has MIDI drum sound modules in it. If I go to 10, but you can see it's really easy to switch to the different channels. It taps into the MU50 MIDI sound module really super easy. The MIDI sound modules from the 1990s, whether it was Yamaha, Korg, Roland, give you a lot of control over the actual instrument sound. A lot of them you can have control over the attack, sustain, decay, portamento, where I know they have MIDI sound modules now, but they're really just junk compared to what they had in the 1990s. I can also add reverb, stereo chorus, flange. My particular sound module has 16 channels, which means 16 different instruments can be sounded simultaneously. Some MIDI sound modules support 32 channels, which means 32 different instruments can be played back simultaneously. That's important when you're trying to use your computer to arrange and compose music. I admit nowadays most people would use sound samples, but in the 1990s, a lot of these MIDI sound modules sounded a lot better than the sound card that came in your computer. I also want to say I like having MIDI sound modules instead of having a full keyboard where the synthesizer's built in. The reason I say that, if you have the MIDI sound module, you can use it on Mac, PC, you could take it up to open mic night with you. You could do whatever you want, and you know you're going to have the exact same sound. And some keyboards do have a little bit different sound than others, so that's why I think the MIDI sound module is the better way to go. I also want to mention too that you could get a MIDI keyboard controller that has semi-weighted keys, weighted keys. You could get one that's got 61 keys. You could get one that has 88 keys, depending on the size of your desk. So by having a MIDI sound module that's separate, you've always got those same sounds. You know what they sound like when you're arranging and composing. I like the way the keystation88 integrates with my MU50 sound module. I'm probably going to get a brand new keystation88 within another 6 months. The reason I say that is because mine's really problematic. It sounded just fine right now, but sometimes the volume fluctuates. I'll be playing and it drops down by like 5 or 6 decibels. Also, if I'm using channel 1, which is the piano, and I hit it and release it, sometimes it'll keep playing for like an additional 7-8 seconds. Sometimes it'll sound like the modulation wheel is kicking in, even though it's not. I will say that it has some of the same problems when I use it on the Mac or PC. The modulation coming in every now and then to give it like weird sound effects doesn't happen when I'm using it on the Mac or PC. I bought my keystation88 in 2019, and it worked just fine up until the very beginning of 2026. And I want to let everybody know the new keystation88 looks a lot different physically than what I have. These little buttons here to control your digital audio workstation are way over here. I'm sure the circuit boards are totally different, and I feel confident that a new keystation88 will not have any of these problems. It's not because I overused it and abused it. That's not the case. I just think it happened to be a lemon. Like I said, it just started happening about 6 months ago, the beginning of the year, and it's gradually just getting a little bit worse and worse, and it's something that I'm not going to be able to put up with in another 6 months from now if it keeps getting worse and worse.